Assalamu Alaikum guys, another video from the loving family kitchen, and I hope you're all doing well as we come towards the end of this dreaded lockdown. And join us while we showcase to you another Bangladeshi Indian restaurant style favourite. This is my take on the Chicken Tikka Roshuni, otherwise called the garlic special, garlic tawa, or any other variation of that name. All I know, it's one of my favourites, and I've got just the recipe to help all of you garlic lovers recreate one of your Indian restaurant go-tos. So we'll go straight into the recipe. First and foremost, we want to prepare our chicken, which is approximately 500 grams of diced chicken breast, which we are going to mix into some tandoori chicken marinade that we prepared earlier. I won't go into the details for this, but it's pretty simple, and you can find the spice blend for this in the description. Once you've got the chicken nicely coated, you want to leave this to marinate for as long as you can. For the purpose of this video, that was approximately 30 or so minutes, but you can leave it in the fridge overnight and even longer if you wish, and the longer you leave it, the better it's going to absorb all of those flavors. Now once it's marinated, we've chucked it onto a baking tray and popped it into the oven at 180 degrees Celsius for about 25 minutes. And whilst that's cooking, we're going to get our sauce prepared. First and foremost, we put some oil in a pan, enough to coat the bottom, and we've gone straight in with our aromatics. I like to use bay leaves, green cardamom and cinnamon, but you can add to that whatever you wish, peppercorns, mace, etc, etc. It's really entirely up to you. Once we've got that nicely toasted, we want to then go in with our chopped up garlic. This is finely diced garlic, and I'll have you know there is quite a bit of it. And it's probably best to add that it's good for the heart, but also the dish wouldn't be complete without so much garlic, and of course without it obliterating your breath for the next 10 or so days. Anywho, next goes in some minced ginger, and along with that we've got a couple of minced onions. Now I like to mince my onions as opposed to just chop them, because it helps them to cook a lot better, a lot quicker, and a lot more evenly. So we saute these ingredients to get them homogeneous. And after going in with the onions, we want to add salt to taste. Now this is entirely up to you, but I add about a spoon or so. So once all of this is mixed and combined, you can then go in with some green chilies, and here we are, about a pinch of green chili. I've also got 2 chopped tomatoes that I'm going to add at this point too. So after putting your tomatoes in, you want to give this a good old mix and let this cook just enough so that the water releases from the onions. And here we also have some red and yellow bell pepper, which are cut into strips. Now we want to hold their shape, so what we do is we save this step till as late as we can, and then we pop the lid on, let that soften, and after that's cooked for a few minutes, we're then going to want to add our spices. So first and foremost, I'm going in with some turmeric, about a spoon or so. We have some coriander. I like to add just a little bit more than a spoon. We have some Jeera or cumin powder, which is also about a spoon, and by spoon I mean teaspoon. We have some chili powder, and I also like to use some paprika, and we also have what's called a Madras curry powder. It's just a store-bought curry powder. East End, Indus, every spice mix company, has their own variation of this, but I generally stock the East End version at home. So we have some tomato puree, and you want to mix all of this together until it's well combined. Now at this point you are going to want to add some water. So we're gonna go in with some water, and don't forget to wash off all of that goodness that's stuck to your spoon. Yep. At this point I might add that the chicken is also almost ready. So we've already given them a turn. so that they can char on both sides. So we pop the lid on the sauce on low to medium heat for about 5 minutes, and we're going to let it simmer while we wait for the chicken to finish. Just giving this a good little mix before putting the lid on. So here we go guys, there's your sauce properly cooked, and the chicken's also ready to go in. So I've got the tray of chicken here just to show you, and at this point this is what your chicken should look like. It smells absolutely amazing guys, and I can only imagine how good it would taste with some fresh bread and some salad. But anyway, let's get back to the cooking. As you can see, we're going in with all the chicken. Just going to speed this up with some editing magic just to make it a bit more bearable. You're going to want to mix until well combined, and you're going to want to let this cook on low heat to let all of those flavors infuse. I'm just finishing this off with a sprinkle of nutmeg, and I've also got some freshly chopped coriander. You can skip this step if you prefer to go without. I know that some people don't like the taste of coriander. And I tell you what guys, I can't wait to try this. It smells absolutely amazing, and I certainly hope that you give this recipe a go. If you're enjoying our content, please do consider subscribing. It really does help us out, and leave us a like. So we're not quite done yet guys. I've still got some fresh cloves of garlic to roast in some butter ghee, and we're going to add this to the dish in just a second. So here you can see I've popped the pan off to the side, and I've brought over karai. Now in this karai I'm going to first pop in some butter ghee, and once it gets hot enough and it's melted down, I'm going to then add some cloves of garlic. So you can see that the butter ghee is melting down, and it's just about hot enough for us to chuck in our garlic. So I've got our garlic cloves here, just 3 whole smashed cloves of garlic, and we're going to roast these until they're slightly golden brown. And I'll finish this off with some kasuri methi in just a second. Once the garlic is toasted on both sides, we're going to bring over our pan, and we're going to pour the contents of this karai straight over the top. And this is going to act like well, a little bit like chili oil, and it's really going to add a deep roasted garlic flavor. And until next time guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Stay safe, and Salaam.